Having an emergency plan is extremely important. When something serious happens, trying to figure out where to go, whom to call, trying to find the phone numbers, you'll be surprised how difficult it can be. It's much easier if you have thought of all of this ahead of time and have a plan in place so that you can be organized and efficient. Googling, calling around, trying to find out where to go, all of that is going to take precious time, and sometimes those minutes and seconds mean the difference between life and death. There are 3 pieces to having an emergency plan in place. The first one is important phone numbers and instructions. Here are all of the important phone numbers that I would recommend that you have on speed dial. A lot of people get bit by other dogs that are at large. These are often repeat occurrences in a neighborhood, and they do need to be reported to prevent future occurrences. A list of all of the medications that your pet takes, any allergies as well. If you're traveling somewhere, have an emergency plan for wherever you're going. A lot of places that you travel to, destinations, don't have the 24-hour emergency support. The second piece is a caretaker's plan. So agreements with caretakers. A very large percentage of emergency patients are brought in not by their owners, but by the people who are taking care of them. I have seen so many situations where there was no plan in place or financial agreement, and the pet sitter didn't know what to do. If you are a pet sitter or a dog walker, have a written agreement with clients in case they can't be reached. I've seen a lot of situations where pet owners tried to blame the pet sitter for problems. There are inherent risks associated with any activities, broken bones and sprains, eye injuries. These can happen even under the best care, just like kids going to school. If you're a dog walker or a pet sitter, screen your clients and ask them if there are any medical problems that limit the pet's activities, to clearly outline what kinds of activities the pet can participate in. The third piece is having a financial emergency plan. Understanding what the cost of emergency care is in your area and making sure that you are prepared for that cost. I highly recommend having good medical insurance for your pet. I see owners making life or death decisions based on cost, and I don't want any of you to have to go through that. This section is going to have some homework assignments. We want you to make your own emergency plan. That's something that I wish for all of you, is to have that peace of mind knowing that if something serious happens, you know where to go, and when you get there, you can say, do whatever you need to do. It's got good medical insurance.
Good afternoon, how can I help you?
Just wanted to have an emergency plan in place for our pet. Could we come in anytime, day or night?
Always call ahead of time, but a lot of times these days we're at capacity. We sometimes have to refer you to another hospital.
Okay.
It's just like oh, my dog has vomited, a few times.
Yeah.
Certainly call your family veterinarian.
Okay.
But if it's something like, a hit by car, I'd probably call an emergency clinic. If it's not very serious, always follow up with your family veterinarian first to see what they say.
We also wanted to make sure that we're kind of financially prepared as well. How much does it cost for an emergency?
If the pet arrives and is unstable, there is a deposit required up front that allows them to start emergency assessment of the pet while
Okay.
we're waiting to speak with the owner and prepare a proper estimate
Okay.
to find out what's going on with your pet. Insurance, it's great that if you have it or you're going to get it, but payment is required up front, and then you submit your claim to your insurance company for them to reimburse you.
Your pet may go through its whole life without any issues, or you may have issues.
Do you think it's a good idea to have insurance?
It is, yes.
For something like a broken leg or an emergency that's more serious, what should we be prepared for financially?
Things of that nature, like a broken leg, are very expensive, between $5,000 or $6,000 or even more.
Something really serious like hit by car is probably many times that.
It's really depending on what's involved.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much. I really appreciate your help. A lot's changed, I guess, since we were kids, so we're just trying to make sure we're doing it right.